the stage is Uriah.
Great to be here. Keep it going for Kay. Wow. Oh man, anytime I get in a conversation with someone, I do not know how to leave a conversation. I will just stand there, and I've never been excited for what happens after someone's like, I went down a rabbit hole last night. I've never been excited of what follows that, because it's never anything good to hear someone act like they've been an expert because they allow that algorithm to dictate what they think and believe for the last 6 to 7 hours of their life, and they didn't get enough, sleep, and great, now it's my problem, and then it starts activating all the post-traumatic stress that I have about being a middle schooler who believed that 9/11 was an inside job and tried to lecture his teacher about that. So I went down this rabbit hole last night. And I'm trying to not connect with my ancestors because that sounds like a complete nightmare, but to try to understand where my parents came from, because they were in a cult. Their cult borrowed from the big cult that happened way back in the 30s. It was called the I Am movement. If you guys don't know what that is, fantastic. That's great, because I went down the rabbit hole for you. So this story goes that this guy was climbing Mount Shasta, and he didn't bring any water with him, so he got dehydrated. So there's like a spring, and he had a cup, and when he was about to, get some water from the river, he saw Saint Germain, and Saint Germain's like, hey, if you give me that cup of water, I'm going to show you something cool. And then the guy gives him a cup of water. I'm like, this is the stupidest story ever. He can just get another cup of water. So then they hug and they start floating up in the air, and Saint Germain gives them everything you need to do to start the I Am movement. And the I Am movement is the I am that I am, which is some verse from the Bible that I've never read, but I feel like I've read because someone else explained it to me on an algorithm. So then this guy starts I Am movement, and it starts growing because it's the Great Depression. Everyone's like, oh, I don't have any money, right? They need hope. What's the easy way to hope is some guy sends a mailer telling him they're going to send to heaven if they give him money. So he gets enough people to start, hey, this guy has ascended masters speaking through him. Like, just saying, oh, let's give him money. And then if you give him a lot of money, you can bring your possessions with you to heaven. And then eventually he gets indicted for mail fraud. 20 counts of mail fraud, right? So he goes and to the court system. The court system's like, this is fucking bullshit. What you're doing right? Are you scamming these people? And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go up to the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court historically have done what the people want. And the Supreme Court basically sides with them, with a guy who said he talked to Saint Germain on a mountaintop. Sides with that guy, sides with them, and says basically that people have the freedom to believe whatever they want, and we can't police their freedoms, even if you're sending mailers telling them that you're going to go to hell, and you're not going to be able, if you do go to heaven, you're not going to be able to bring your prize piano if you don't give me enough money. Maybe it was pianos. What do people want to bring in heaven? How's that work? Is it like so the reason why we have there's so much religious freedom and it can be a big giant grift in society is because some asshole was dehydrated and said he saw Saint Germain. And now I'm that fucking guy being like, I went down a rabbit hole last night. But the thing is, my rabbit hole is my life. It wasn't just something I watched for 7 hours. Man, so it's crazy. So really, there's two things. The American dream is real. If you want to do whatever you want in America, you either become a billionaire or form a religion. I want to go back in my little hole now. I didn't plan any of what just came out of my brain right there. So I do have this show. I have this show, guys. I have this show called Three Cults Walking to a Bar about me growing up in 3 different cults. And it's written and performed, entirely written here. I've done it 15 times. It's very, very exciting. But, again, if you are free September 18th, you have to see Liz Agoni's special. 7:30 and a 9:30, and someone has been telling me, not a guardian angel, that there's going to be a deal if you're trying to do a 9:30 show. There's going to be a special deal here. See, I've been conditioned that after you say something, there's an ad read. Yeah.
Woo! No, for real. If you don't go to Liz's special and Uriah's show, I will relapse and beat you all up. And that's a fucking threat.